You only have 21 days until this living city dies. That is the premise of A Place for the Unwilling. If you'd like to check out the game, there is a link in the description. Now, you can't be everywhere at once. The clock is ticking, and you have to, well, fulfill a wide variety of different objectives and, of course, uncover a numerous amount of curious stories and it's got a wonderful branching narrative in the game. And so let us begin. All right, so we can of course select our passport photo. I suppose going to select the guy, I guess, and then we're going to be calling ourselves Jams, because that is my name, kind of. And we're going to be Mr. Alright, so the game will save only at the beginning of each new day, or you can save the game at any moment and you'll leave the game in doing so. Personally, I prefer this option because I'm recording this. So, you know, we're going to do something like that. And then we will sign. Here we go.
My dear friend, I know you won't believe it after so many years, but I had no alternative. I can only trust you. You'll come to this city, I know you will. You never failed me, and I know you won't fail me now, my dear friend. You will come to this city, and you will understand why I did it. All I own is now yours. My business, my reputation, my contacts. I only ask you for one thing. For you to look after my people. For you to take care of my mother and Juliet. But be careful. This city isn't what it seems. It hides secrets. Terrible secrets. My time is running out, my most dear friend. I know you won't understand why I did it, but believe me, it was my only way out.
Huh? Hello? Hello? Are you there? Who are you? Don't tell me you've forgotten. It's Henry. Henry Allen, your good friend Henry. We played War of the Oranges together, do you remember? It made Aunt Berta so mad. How simple everything was back then, how simple. You still know how to listen. Good, good. Listening could save your life and Juliet's. My dear friend, we're dreaming. Have you got any questions? To be frank, I don't know what I'm doing here, and I'd like to find out. I called you because of the city, the wretched city. It's eating up my Juliet, my beloved Juliet. It will devour us all. I wrote you a letter and asked you to take on my finances, my social position, my business. You accepted, you left it all behind. I can't get a handle on this mess. Tell me more. More? I guess I can remember it. It hurts, you know. Every time I remember, it makes my tongue turn blue. I hear the horrible crunching of my vertebrae. My legs thrash. Then I go still. Still. I killed myself just after I wrote the letter. I killed myself for Juliet. For the city. I can't save her. Can you? That is my hope. Forgive me for asking such an intimate question, but why exactly did you kill yourself? You really want to know? I can't tell you. You have to find the clues. 7 clues, 3 clues, 1 clue. Then we'll discuss it. Have you got any questions? You say we're friends, but I don't remember a thing. What kind of friends? When? How? What kind of friends? What kind? Soulmates. We were inseparable as kids. We were like siblings. Siblings in orphanhood. Aunt Berta looked after both of us because of our strange abilities. We were the brightest ones in the orphanage. Do you remember the Orange Wars? I do. I remember. Have you got any questions? You say we're dreaming. How is it possible for you to be in my dream? No, it's not unusual to dream with other people. It's all a question of which step of the staircase you find yourself on. If you go way down, everyone is there. Here, it's just me and you. Out of harm's way. For now. Out of harm's way. But the city is hungry. The city can smell us. The city is, looking for us. You have to stay alert. You have to dream with caution. You have to find the silver key. The silver key, the white ship, love. So many doors. Which one will you open? Have you got any questions? That's enough. I want to wake up. Okay. Let's wake up. But first, will you listen to one more piece of advice? Of course, you can never have too much advice. Remember the shadows. Fear them, but make use of them too. The shadows, those strangers you pass by on every street, on every square, those blurry, indifferent faces, which you forget even when they're right in front of you. The shadows are the key, the city, the first city. They are enemies or allies. Remember those who aren't shadows too, the familiar faces, friends or enemies. They are the key to the city, the second city, the hidden city. The hidden city? What are you talking about? Shh. Now's not the time for questions. Listen and try not to forget. Prosper. Only someone influential will be able to discover your secrets. Being important to the city is the only way she'll see you. It's time to wake up. Remember the shadows. Remember the faces. Now wake up. Monday, day 1. Alright, so here we are. We are in our house. It's a pretty big house, and we're going to make our way downstairs. Now, as you can see, there is a clock in the bottom left, and it is ticking away. Absolutely ticking away, and we will have to do some things. Fancy that. It seems Dana Allen, Henry's mother, is throwing a party to welcome me to the city. I should swing by her place from 11:30 a.m. She lives in one of the first manors to the left of my house. If I want my new business to prosper, it's crucial for me to get to know as many of the city's merchants as I can. Maybe Harriet Clinton's shop in the Central District is a good place to start. It's right after the bridge. I've written down a good few pieces of advice in my diary which may be of use until I'm more familiar with the city. I'd better take a look. Alright, so we're now outside, and they're going to give us the little tutorial here about what each icon is. There's a map, there's an inventory, and there's a journal. So you can see here, thankfully when you're looking at the journal and the map and things like that, time does not seem to pass, or at least that's what I have found so far. And you can see here, this is basically just reminding us about the 11:30 a.m. meeting that we could potentially go to, and here is the advice. I know 5 shops in the city, and only traders like me can buy wholesale. They all have the same products available, though prices will vary. I can buy up to 10 shipments every day. These will be sent to my warehouse. I must buy cheap and sell high. I can always ignore business and spend my time somewhere else if I so desire. You know, that's the whole point of the game. There is a lot to do, but you can't do everything. So you will be able to play through the game multiple times and get different endings. As far as I'm aware, there's huge amounts of different endings. I can't name a number, but as far as I'm aware, there's a lot. So for those of you that very much love replayability, this game has it in spades. So anyway, buying the newspaper every day is important to stay up to date with what's going on. I need to find the kiosk. Establishing a friendly relationship with the owner wouldn't hurt either. And once I've bought a newspaper, I should look for a shop called Les Lumières or something close to that. It'd be a good time to meet the local retailers and start building my connections. I think it's on Longinos Street. Right. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's actually have a look at the map. As you can see, this is where we are. This is Jams. That's where I am. That's me. And there's Longiner Street down there. Do you see it? Yes, I think you do see it. And obviously there's the bridge. So past the bridge, that is our first meeting with a business associate kind of person. And then we'll be able to go on from there. So I'm using a keyboard right here. You can use a controller if you so desire. The keyboard controls are absolutely fine. Obviously, it's not a super fast action game or anything like that, so you're not really going to need anything super difficult to control. You know, you're not going to need a controller to make this work adequately. It just works with anything, basically, so it's really nice. And I'm looking for the newspaper shop, but I am also looking for Longiner Street, so let me actually just take a look here. Yeah, so I should really go down here. Now, you may see all these shadows, right? Well, all these shadows are actually people. They are actually people. I'm going to speak to one just so you can actually see. You don't know, sir, how much time I waste keeping an eye on the servants all day long, but the fact is, if I'm not here, things don't get done the way God intended. There you go. They basically say random stuff. Like, each of them obviously has a personality, and they all have something to say. So there's that. Oh, what's this? It's been parked here for a long time, and I can't see the driver or the horse around. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I'm not entirely sure why that is, but anyway. Okay, so down here is Longiner Street, and it's almost 11:30, which is a bit of a problem, so I'm going to need to rush back relatively quickly here, because I seem to have taken quite a while to get down here, at the very least. So I am going to need to speak to the person on Longiner Street. Wait, did I need to get... Wait a minute. Did I need to actually get that... Oh, no. Let me have a look at my journal real quick. Ah, yes, I did need to buy a newspaper first. Okay, so I will need to find the newspaper kiosk first, which I believe is actually up here. But now that it is 11:30, it might make sense for me to head back. And let me just take a look at my journal again, because I need to definitely go to Dana Allen. This might be a good way to begin socializing. I should swing by her place. She lives in one of the first manors to the left of my house. So if I actually go here, so one of the first manors to the left, I assume it's just down there. Right down there, I assume. But I would like to find the newspaper kiosk first, if at all possible. It says from 11 a.m., so I should... Oh, there's the newspaper kiosk. Oh, fantastic. Very good. Let's go in there. Now this guy is going to get uncovered, so he's no longer a stranger / shadow, and he says, "Hello, good sir. You cannot know the pleasure it gives me to welcome a new decent citizen. I don't know if you've heard of our humble store, the center of distribution for the only reliable news source for miles around, the Journal. Good sir, don't even consider reading anything else. But I'm making a faux pas, as is so often the case with me. Poor Giles. Let me introduce myself properly. I am Giles Stanbury, here to serve your good self and every good citizen, now and always. At my newsstand you will find the daily ration of current affairs and finance necessary to keep your business in order, and all the help in this humble entrepreneur can offer. Let your faithful friend Giles get you off to a solid start. Please help yourself to a copy of the Journal, our preeminent local newspaper, the only trustworthy source of information for respectable ladies and gentlemen. And don't even think about getting your wallet out. It's on the house." We're going to accept the gift. Oh my, thank you, Giles. What a great way to begin the day. I'll accept it with pleasure. Your happiness is my happiness, my dear friend. Remember that your faithful friend and servant Giles will always be here for whatever needs you may have. And there we have it. Okay, so we have now bought the newspaper, which is fantastic, which means that I will now be able to go to my journal here. And I have obviously bought it. So now we should look for a shop called Les Lumières down on Longiner Street. And as you can see, we did get another entry in our journal that basically says that we accepted his gift, which is really quite nice of him. Alright, so I'm going to rush down to Longiner Street because I would like to be able to find Les Lumières if I can, and then we will head back to the street that we initially started on, and we will attend the meeting, so to speak, with Henry's mother and... Okay, so Longines Street is over here. Okay, fantastic. We should be in good time. There it is. It's got a wonderfully big sign, so I should be able to head in there, no problem at all. And I will be able to speak to the woman. Bonjour, bonjour, mon ami. You might know that I'm the owner of La Lumière, a shop where the lights are always on for our customers, the lights of La Place Bieu, Paris, and all it has to offer. I apologize for my absolutely awful pronunciation, by the way. Monsieur, Florence Peyton stands before you. If you have any suggestions, they will be enthusiastically received. At La Lumière, we want to create the perfect shop for each client. Magnifique. She seems to be forcing that accent. I'm not sure she speaks French fluently. Yes, I don't either. I'm not going to interrupt her. You can actually do that. Okay, so you want to trade, you ask her how everything is going. Let's ask her how everything's going. I'm not even gonna try. I'm feeling radiant. How could I not be with this beautiful shop I run, n'est-ce pas? Though, to tell you the truth, I am a bit worried about my father's health. Oh, well, I'm going to offer to help. If there's anything at all I can do, Miss Peyton, you need but ask. But there's nothing that can be done. The same thing happens to my father every year when winter approaches. It's the cursed fog. At least that's what he says. Gout, my dear sir, gout. His foot swells up. He spends the whole day in a foul mood, raging at the world, and my poor mother and Annie have to put up with him. Yes, I feel guilty for not being there, but there's so much to do in the shop. You downplay the effects of her absence, you make it clear that family comes first. I'm going to downplay it. Miss Peyton, don't martyr yourself. I'm sure your parents will understand that you must attend to your business. Even when he's gone mad with pain, my father never requests that I spend any more time with them, and yet, well... It's been a great pleasure to chat to you, however briefly. Now I must get back to my work because it won't do itself. Merci beaucoup. And your exquisite manners and attentive ears. There we go. Alright, so that's very nice indeed. Can I trade? Alright, so I'm here to trade. Let's have a look. Is there anything that I can buy here? Okay, so I can buy some drinks. 71 canned food. I don't know what is actually low or... high here, so let's actually go to the selling. This is the selling list right here. So if you can take a look, this is the buying list right now. So let's say that we want to buy canned food. This would not work because it's then going to sell for 87, so that's not very good at all. It seems like I could buy... doesn't seem like there's anything on this list. I should probably go to a wholesaler, to be honest. I think that is probably going to be the main thing that we should do. So let's go back. Alright, so yeah, I have no more business to conduct here. And I'll make my retreat. Yes, there we go. Okay, so it is now pretty late, which is not exactly great. So let's actually just take a quick look here. So yeah, there you go. List of things to do has been done. And now we do have another shop on our on the same street that we started on. So if I can get back there relatively quickly, I don't think there is a sprint button either. So obviously you're going to have to make good plans, and obviously this is basically the first time that I'm really doing this because I did run through it a little bit by myself, but obviously I wanted to show most of the intricacy and the interesting things happening on screen. So let's see if we can head back. It's actually quite tense to have the clock in the bottom left all the time, because it's just like time is ticking away, and it's just absolutely... You can't beat the sands of time, can you? You certainly can't. So it's definitely one of those things that you're going to have to be aware of at all times, because you can't just stand around doing nothing. You can look at your map and stand around doing nothing for as long as you want, I think. But otherwise, yeah, it's going to be a bit tricky. Alright, so let me have a look at my map now. Okay, so I'm actually here. And I think I can speak to this guy, maybe? Hello? I'm waiting for a friend. Oh, okay. Well, where's the store? Over here? Maybe I can... Yeah, I can go in there. Is that the whole... No, I can't go in there. Oh, okay. Well, apparently I can't go in there either. No, I can't go in there. Okay. I'd like to know where to actually buy the items. But, well, I guess it's a good idea to go to the meeting place. Is this actually the right way? I think... Wait. I don't think so somehow. You know that. It might be. Hello. We must be grateful that these people's faith has no problem with those who take their own lives. Well, yes, absolutely. Otherwise, we would definitely have some problems right there. Pardon me, good sir, but I'm not free right now. Oh, well, thanks very much. Okay, so I'm actually wondering, where is the house that I need to go to? Because I thought that it was around here where we started, because that was where our house was. Wow, I mean, you could just see. Look at how massive the map is. It is absolutely huge. So, yeah, I guess I'm going to have to go back and have a look along the street and see whether I can actually find it from there. Ah, there's definitely something that I forgot to show you, which is the actual newspaper that just happened, that we just happened to buy. And as you can see, it's actually us. Yes, who is the newcomer? The new arrival may be a friend of the late Henry Allen. That, dear reader, is the question on everyone's lips right now. Today, the newcomer will spend his first day in our dear city knowing little of its dramas and tragedies, although, of course, they know all about him. Both this newspaper and our disgraced rival have immediately begun investigations into the mysterious motives that have led a young businessman to settle in our city. The answer seems to have Henry Allen at its core. Readers of the journal are familiar with every detail of this tragic story, how his body was found in his office with no suicide note left behind, not even a farewell to his widow or inconsolable mother. As sources close to the Allen family have confirmed, the newcomer was a childhood friend of Henry Allen, and it may be that the deceased had sent a final message to the friend in question, the foreigner who will now become yet another citizen of our fine city. The big question being asked by this newspaper, and one we imagine our new readers will also be asking, has to be, what has he come for? What are his objectives? Will he enter into conflict with the onward march of our city? Only time will tell. Alright, so I think that's actually... Oh, there we go. If you can't read the newspaper, then you can get a kind of a bigger, blown-up version of it, which is really quite nice. And I think that's actually going to be it for this episode. If you would like to check out the game, A Place for the Unwilling, then you can very easily do that by going through the link in the description. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.